This is the Beyond the Box dumbbell workout. Before you get into the workout, check out our Instagram post for the warm-up. Make sure you're getting ready for the workout by increasing your heart rate, increasing your body temperature, and you're starting to sweat a little bit before you get into it. For today's strength portion, we're going to be working on the dumbbell split jerk. So that is a jerk motion. So jerk is a dip, drive, and then dip back under the dumbbells, and then stand back up. It's going to follow the same pattern, but with the split, instead of it being a dip, drive, and then dip under, we're going to, in keeping our feet together, we're going to split the feet, so land in a split position or split squat or a lunge. So what that'll look like without the dumbbells, I'll show you. It's going to be that dip, drive, and then rather than just getting under, we're going to spread the feet, land solid. I find it helpful to push off with the straight leg, and then step forward with the back leg. The reason why you want to do it that way is that you want to, as opposed to leaning forward and stepping forward on one leg, is that we want to make sure that that single leg that we're going to be supported on for that little bit is a straight leg. So if I push back and have a rocking motion, when I have that single leg support here, it's on a straight limb, as opposed to this being really that much harder. And this is not a super stable position because this supporting limb is not straight. So when you're doing the split jerk, work on having straight legs. So try and work on that rock back motion. I'll show you one more time. And then push with the back foot, with the front foot, and then step forward with the back foot. Make sure that both legs are straight when you support each one. So this is going to be done as 6 sets of 3 reps, building to a heavy set of 3. The push jerk with the split jerk with the dumbbells is going to look like this. So get it to your shoulders, whether you clean it or you pick them up from a box or a height about waist level and do a hang clean. From the front view, I'm going to dip. I'm going to drive. I'm going to get that weight off my shoulders with that leg drive. And then I'm going to drop myself under and split catch with the split stance. And then bring that front foot back, and then back foot forward. As you bring the weight down, work on catching it with a soft bend to the hips and knees, and then go into your next rep. Take a big breath, and stand up. It does not matter which foot you step forward with. It should be the foot, whatever's natural to you. So if you close your eyes and you lean forward, the foot that you step forward with is the foot that you will probably naturally go for it anyway. So don't overthink it. Just go into that split squat. If you need to, do a few jumping split stance lands. Work on stepping out of that with that front foot first. Once you're done, the strength portion, you move into the Metcon. The Metcon is going to be done is a 16-minute, every 6 minutes for 16 minutes. So 3 sets. You're going to do in that 6-minute time frame, 30 reverse burpees, 10 strict dumbbell presses. The RX weight for the men is 50 pounds. The RX weight for the ladies is 35. 20 dumbbell weighted sit-ups. If the sit-ups, weighted sit-ups are a little bit too much, same weight from the overhead strict presses. So again, 50 pounds for men, 35 pounds for lady. Make sure you do whatever you can. If 50 pounds is too much, then maybe you scale down a little bit to maybe a 40 or a 30 or a 35, something like that. Or a 25 or something like that. Maybe just scale down as appropriate. And then you'll finish off with 30 push-ups. So in 6 minutes, 30 reverse burpees, 10 strict dumbbell presses, 15 weighted sit-ups, and then 30 push-ups. Let's take a look at all those movements real quick. So a reverse burpee, if you have trouble with the reverse burpee, you can alternate to a regular burpee, but try the reverse burpee. Reverse burpee from a standing position, you're going to bend down, you're going to bend, squat down, roll onto your back, and then get back to your feet. If you need to, if you have trouble building the momentum to come out of that, you can kind of have a little bit of a half crawl out of it. So as I roll onto my back, I'm going to plant my one hand, and then I'm going to help push myself and stand up out of that, and then come back to that standing position. If I do that, I can alternate sides and just really just getting from a standing position down onto your back and then back to your feet. Because it's from a full stand to the floor and then back up, it takes a lot of energy to get down and back up, and that's what we're aiming for. We're aiming to have some fatiguing aspect of this movement before we get into the heavier weights. The first weight that you're going to go to is the strict dumbbell presses. So dumbbells on the shoulders. Make sure that you are nice and tight. Pull the rib cage down and press the weight overhead, keeping the hands close and directly over the shoulders. The more the hands waver or get outside the shoulders, the harder it's going to be. So try and keep those dumbbells directly overhead. Once you're done your 10 strict presses, then you're going to go to a weighted sit-up. For the weighted sit-up, I'm going to keep the weight close to my chest and sit up out here, and elbows to knees is what I'm going to aim for. If you want, you can do it as like a sit under. So on your back, hold the weight up here, and then you're going to sit under it. That's another way you can do the sit up. Do it as a sit under with the weight. And then the last exercise is just push-ups. So whether you need to modify the push-ups, 30 push-ups after all that work is going to be a lot. Try and get as many as you can done in that time frame. Most of you will have maybe 2 minutes in the first couple rounds, and then the last 2 or 3 rounds, maybe it gets down to like a minute or 30 seconds, but you'll have enough time. You should. If you're struggling for time at the end, maybe we look at modifying the weight a little bit. Maybe we do go a little bit lighter so we can get through the push-ups. So push-ups, keep your elbows at a 45-degree angle. Hands should be about a thumb's distance outside the shoulders. So if I'm laying on the ground here, my hands are just a thumb's distance outside my shoulders. My elbows, they're not out to the side. I'm going to tuck them in, and they're going to point behind me, not out to my sides. I'm going to take the breath. And as much as I can, as long as you're at least going to parallel, that's enough. But if you're able to, try and go all the way down to the floor and back up for a full range push-up. Notice my brace position, my bracing here. I'm holding a hollow position here at the top of the push-up. As I go down, I'm maintaining that as much as I can. It's my chest that touches the floor first. I'm not dropping the hips. I'm not touching my legs and then my chest to the floor. I want to brace. And notice that as I brace, my hips and legs come off the floor here. And only my chest is making contact. If you need to go from your knees, go from the knees. This one, your legs will touch, but not as much. And if you need to, get a cushion. Have a cushion, a target to touch. Maybe if you have some books at home, give yourself a little bit higher, a target to hit with your chest. So you can bring the floor up to you, in essence, as opposed to you going down to the floor. So just to recap, 6-minute intervals for 16 minutes, 3 sets. Try and get done that as fast as you can. Give yourself some rest time. 30 reverse burpees, 10 strict dumbbell presses, 15 weighted sit-ups, and, sorry, I got this all wrong. 30 reverse burpees, 10 strict handstand dumbbell presses, correction on all the other numbers I said before, 20 weighted sit-ups, and then 30 push-ups. So the numbers you're looking at are 30, 10, 20, and 30. And the time remaining of that 6 minutes that's your time to rest. You're going to do that, repeat that for 2 more rounds for a total of 3 sets. All right, get after it and have fun.